Sebastian Yatra on the way. Our next guest is one of, if not the best actors on television. He plays the poisonous patriarch Logan Roy on Succession. Watch all 3 seasons on HBO Max now. Please welcome Brian Cox. You look great. I like this. I mean, a man has to have a great deal of confidence to dress this way.
Well, you get to a certain age and you just say, F it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it looks good.
And you just go, I'm now being, I don't care anymore, so I wear what I want to wear, and that's the way it is.
I like it. I like it.
Leave it.
I know you're here because of the award shows.
Yeah, we've been doing so many of them, you get dizzy after a while.
Do you like them? Or?
Yes, I do, because you get a chance to meet people, you know? I mean, one of the things about our profession is we never see one another. My particular favorite is the AFI dinner, because with the AFI lunch, it's a very relaxed affair, and you get to meet, you know, all your colleagues for many, many years, you know, and...
Who'd you run into that you were very excited to run into?
Well, Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
Who is
that's a pretty good one, yeah.
Great respect for it.
God himself.
Yeah, I mean, he is God, indeed. In fact, he did a program called God. It's a documentary thing.
Yes.
But he'd forgotten that he did the documentary because he kept saying, yeah, I did Bruce Almighty. I said, no, not that God, the other God. Said, oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'm with you now.
Yes, he... Great to see you.
Nice.
And by the way, last night you were nominated at the Critics' Choice Award. You and Jeremy Strong were in the same category, nominated for Best Actor, and the guy from the actor from Squid Game won. Don't you think Jeremy should withdraw his name from consideration so as not to split votes in deference to you?
Well,
go ahead.
Yes, he should, but no. Not at all.
Do you remember the first award show you ever went to?
Yeah, the first award show I ever went to was a disaster. I mean, I won, actually, fun enough. But it was before that, because I was told I had to pick up an award for Glenda Jackson. Okay. So one of these minions came to me and said, hey, no, Brian Cox? I said, yeah, now you're going to accept the award for Glenda Jackson. That's because I'm here we know you're here in another capacity, but you have to set the award for Glenda Jackson. Are you okay with that? I said, sure, okay, Glenda Jackson, fine. So I'm sitting there and waiting and then suddenly they announce the nominees, and Glenda's name comes up, and I thought, oh, Glenda's won. So I thought, okay, Glenda. So I get up, and the winner is Vanessa Redgrave, and I'm standing, walking in front of Vanessa Redgrave. And I look back and I go, oh, I'm so sorry, Vanessa. I thought it was Glenda that was going to win. I'm really sorry.
I like that you take your job seriously. You're given a mission, accept the award for Glenda, whether she wins or not.
Whether she wins or not. You know, that's what I thought. So that was kind of hysterical. But then the thing was, then the award came up for me, you know, and I won. But I was so terrified. I was just sitting like this, thinking, I don't know if I want to get up. And the lady kept nudging me, saying, you've won, get up. And I'm going, well, they may have made a mistake because
You wrote about a lot of, one of the, like, truly honest and interesting celebrity autobiographies.
Thank you.
You got a lot of attention.
It's on Amazon, by the way. You can buy it quite easily.
It's on Amazon. It's called Putting the Rabbit in the Hat. You talked about Johnny Depp in this book.
Oh, no, careful.
Yeah, I wonder if you did you hear from Johnny?
No, I've heard a lot from his, they call it a fan club, but I think it's some kind of CIA agency that works on his behalf, and they weren't too happy. In fact, I've written an addendum to this book.
Oh, you have?
If we ever get to paperback, it's going to be published in the UK in paperback, and because I just thought I was being a bit harsh, and you know what it's like. You go for the easy joke, and I went for the easy joke.
Oh,
and
boy, do I know.
Well, you live. So that was what happened, and I sort of regretted it.
Oh, did you really? Yeah.
Because I'm not like that normally, but I was just being a bit glib, flip, and I was a little bit flip.
Can't you say you're misquoted?
No, they didn't misquote me.
In your own book?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you can't.
No.
Yeah, I wonder if, I was thinking about it though, because I think the gist of it was that you said Johnny Depp was overrated. I wonder if most actors think of themselves as overrated or underrated.
I think they do. I think a lot of times you think that actors think they're overrated, and sometimes they think they're underrated.
I feel like most of them think they're underrated.
Yeah, probably. Let's put it this way. Most of them think they're not rated at all.
I see. Okay. All right. You put an index in the book, which is nice. It's actually, I was looking at it during the commercial break, because then you can just look for anybody you want to see your thoughts on or your stories about. I'm not in here, by the way. Maybe the paperback. Maybe you and I should do something crazy together so I get in the paperback.
It's funny about indexes, because I think you and I have one thing in common, that we look at indexes to see if our name is there.
Of course.
And then we get well pissed off that our name isn't there.
I think they should put it in the front of the book. I don't know why it's at the back. I don't know if you know, I grew up in Las Vegas, and I was interested to learn that you got married in Las Vegas.
I did indeed.
Because I would imagine you getting married on like a cliff in a church that's like 8,000 years old.
No, we got married at the Little White Chapel.
Oh, wow.
My wife, and I've been married now 20-odd years, and oh, by the way, hi, honey. And the boys. Two boys. Anyway, so we were in Austin, and I was making a film with Dennis Quaid, actually, and she'd been in India, and she came back, and we were discussing whether we were going to separate. And then we decided, oh, we should get married. You know how these good discussions go. You start, let's separate. And then we thought, no, let's get married.
Yeah.
So we thought, where do we go and get married? And then we realized, oh, they marry people in Las Vegas quite quickly. And she wanted an Elvis wedding, and I said, absolutely not. I am not going to be married by an Elvis impersonator over my dead body. And she said, okay, that's fine. So we heard about this little white chapel, so we went to the little white chapel, and the lady was so nice, and her mother played the piano. Well, her mother played, when we walked down the aisle, her mother played the theme from Braveheart.
Really?
Yeah.
As a nod to you and your roots.
But she didn't even know that I was in the film of Braveheart. This is good, we'll play this.
Well, or how the movie ended, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly.
You, I've told you before, you are just unbelievably cool, and your character and you yourself are so popular on HBO that you've joined the cast of another very popular HBO show, and we have an exclusive clip of that here for you tonight.
Wait, are you in the play?
What play? Oh, my God. Do I look like I'm in Oklahoma?
Yes. Wait, I don't understand. If you're not auditioning for Oklahoma, then why do you look like that?
Like what?
Like a country music star.
In a good way or a bad way?
Bitch, you better be joking. Are you okay?
No! Yes! It. I'm in love with Nate Jacobs, and he's in love with me. And don't you give me that look, Maddie. Because I didn't your boyfriend. You two were broken up for 3 weeks and 3 days before we even had sex. So I didn't betray you. Plus, you guys are terrible for each other. And you know I'm right. And you guys, you can all judge me if you want, but I do not care. I have never, ever been happier.
But she didn't say that. In fact, it was much weirder.
Don't with me, Maddie. I'm one crazy-ass bitch. Sometimes it is a big competition.
All seasons of Succession and Euphoria on HBO Max right now. The great Brian Cox, everybody. Thank you, Brian. We'll be back.